Hey guys, and welcome to the last video of the beginner Flutter series or the Flutter course. In this course we have learned everything and we just need to learn one more thing, and you can use this as a base for your own application. Okay, let's start. In this video we are going to be storing user data. So for that we will need a package called shared preferences. So search for that, click. So what this does is actually just store some data. So for example, I can store data. On Android it will use the shared preferences, on iOS it will use end user defaults, and on macOS it will use end user defaults, and for Windows it will be different. So it will actually store it. So let's start. So you need to add this as a dependency, and just to do this I'll just use pubspec assist add update shared now prefs. And if I actually put the wrong spelling, it gives us a lot of options. So I'm gonna go shared preferences in the pubspec YAML. Now we should see that added. That's run. Let's save it and just run flutter pub get once. That's it. Now that's so yeah, now we can start using it. So just run your application one more time, because it actually changes the Android and iOS native code. So just it will change that, and if you run it again it will take those changes. One thing to do, and so in this video we'll be storing some data, and in the end we are going to be building the APK, and you can also build the .ios file or something. So one thing you will want to do is go widgets, flutter binding .ensure initialized. This is a method, and it only runs your application if everything is set up and is ready to use. And this allows us that our app doesn't become very slow or something. It runs at the correct time. And as you can see, this beginning loading screen, this will not be there in the production application. Let's save that. This is there because Flutter is actually building the application, and I'll give it a hot restart just to check if this is there. So Flutter is taking your Dart code and compiling it down to Android. This is the debug version. In the real Android native version, it will already be the APK, so we won't need to compile it a lot of times. Let's log in. We have our home page. So in the same way you can actually do for the log out and log in, and so let's start. So that is initialized. Now we will come to our login page and start storing some data in the on pressed. First I want you to make this method async, so that we can use async await and do await. And after, just before we are pushing it, what I want to do is start by getting the instance of shared preferences, so that it gets the instance and then we can use it. Get that error, we need to import it. Import that. Now just make sure that await is there. Okay, then we will just start. So then we are going to await prefs dot, and we are going to set boolean. Now if await is not there, what will happen is, first of all, this might not work, and second of all, if we do this we don't get anything. We should get, but so make sure there is await. Then, or Then we will set boolean semicolon and the key and a value. Okay, so if this but everything, the validation and everything, the key is going to be, this takes in a string for the key. So I'm going to call this is logged in, and the value is going to be true because he is logged in. Let's save. And getting that. And one more thing I will want to do is later, but yeah. Then we have set this. What I want to also do is after that and then just in here this print, I'm going to print this prefs. You can get a boolean just like this, get bool. The key is going to be is logged in. Let's save. Okay, let's clear everything. Let's hot restart. Let's log in. So we come back here. Let's log in. Yes, we get true, so that's stored the value and we've got the boolean. We don't want that in production code, so we can remove that. Okay, now in the home page, same way, what you could actually do is come to login page and store the user credentials by the same way. We can actually just go, await prefs dot set boolean, actually set string and the email. Let's just do that just to show you, but we won't be using this. Send string and I'll just say again await prefs dot set string again. For the key, it's going to be, for the first one, it's going to be email, actually name. For the second one, it's going to be password. Now, you should not actually store this on the user's phone, the password, but let's store it for now. Name controller.text and password controller.text. And that's how you get the text of all of these. Then what you can actually do is let's save that. Maybe come to the home page, and when he clicks the drawer, it says welcome, and you just get the name and display it. So for example, welcome coding 1101 or something like that, and you could do that. Then we can get these stuff. So in the routes, so now we need to remember that we made this initial route. That's what we are going to be using in main Dart material app. In routes, just above that there is something called initial route, and you need to specify //home or /login which route will display first. Normally it's the / route, but it can be anything. Let's go routes dot initial route, and the way we are going to be doing this is, if is logged in is equal to true, the initial route's going to be equal to the home route, so /home, or we'll just set the variable, and if it is false, we're going to set that to be login route. So that way it's going to check it. If it is true, your home page; if it's not true, your login page. That's the way you can do it. So now what I'm going to do is, can I set this to be async? No. Okay, now we will need to have a little bit complex logic. In here, we are also going to just change some stuff. Push. Okay, now we might need to just change some stuff in here. This will be a little bit confusing, so how to do this, but we'll need to make a method, and we need to call it as soon as the state initialized, right? I'm gonna just, for this, I'm gonna call it right there. Okay, so void main can be made into a sync, right? And after everything's initialized, what we can do is shared preferences. We'll get the instance just like that, paste it, import it, and use it. Okay, then we will say await prefs.get boolean is logged in. Then I'm gonna set this to be a bool. It's gonna be is logged in is equal to okay, we don't need that. Let's look at bool await that. Yeah, we can actually use that. Actually, let's just print prefs.get a bool without anything. Let's save, clear, hot restart. Yes, it's true because we've already set it. So we are getting our boolean. And what we need to do is really simple. We'll remove this print statement now. We're going to set this to be a boolean is logged in is equal to. We get this error. Okay, so we can actually just directly use it then. If is equal to true, only then we're going to be changing the routes.initial route to be done. This should work, right? Let's see. Hot restart. Yes, we get the home page. Now, let's see how we can, let's actually see. What I'm going to do is stop this application and start it again. Let's see if this works. This should work. Let's see. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. And let's see. Okay, this is taking a little bit while, but let's search for Flutter build APK. You can also do this for iOS by scrolling down, build and release an iOS app. Okay, that's working. Let's see. It is true, so it should go to the home page. Done. We get the home page. Nice. Now let's change this to be false. Let's give it a hot restart. We should be to the login page. Yes, that's working. So we will change this back to true, hot restart, and because I've already logged in, everything's working. Yeah, in the home page. Time to build the Flutter APK. Let's start. Stop. We don't need the Android emulator. We will need VS Code. Okay, let's start. So first things first, Flutter Launcher icons is a package you will want to use. And let's come to install. So to use this, it's very simple. Add this to your dev dependencies. So to run this, copy that, come to pubspec YAML, and I'll just make this full screen, and just come to dev dependencies and paste this in. We don't need that anymore. Flutter launcher icons. Okay, this is going to run Flutter pub get. After that's done, set this right just under your dev dependencies, right there. Just set that. this is going to be the Android iOS and just said that we do not need this actually, but let's save that. Right, and then we'll give it our assets icon png, and I'll just set Flutter icon, come to the Flutter icons, just come to the images and just take this one. Let's just save image as, come to the Flutter course assets, let's save this as icon png, let's save. That should be fine. So assets icon png, hey, we don't need that icon png, let's save. Then we will run these two commands. So config, then we'll just run these two commands. So copy these and come to your terminal, clear all that, paste this. Okay, we get this error. Okay, I think we get this error because need that. Let's see, terminal. Oh wait, we got this to be failed. So we're getting this error because of the versions and everything is a little bit that way. So let's go get the latest version. Let's see now. It should work. Let's see. It should. Okay. And yes, that's worked. So let's try in the terminal. Let's run this again just to see. That's it. Let's run this command readme, and on this command clear all of that, just paste this. Let's see if this works. That's it. Okay, let's test this. If you come to Android app, maybe in the res source main res drawable, that's our background. See launcher, we have the Flutter icon. Okay, so everything's working. We've got our icons ready. Let's now make the production build. Enabling material. Okay, then the next thing you want to do is, I just do this for every project even though I might not be using material design specific features, but I just do this so just in case. Android, we are supposed to do this in my app, Android/app, then build Gradle. We need to come to the implementation, where dependencies, which is dependencies, we're gonna paste that in, save that. Okay, then what we need to do, that's it. So I don't do this, just leave that. This is because we are not using any platform views. Then I'm not going to be uploading it to Play Store, but you can, and just configure all that. But just scroll down, building the app for release. So in here there's a building an APK and building the app bundle. So I'm going to be building both, and for these two are actually are different things. So the first one's actually an app bundle that you publish to Play Store, and that's a newer version, but you can also publish an APK. Let's start with Flutter build app bundle. Then you will find this in the build app outputs bundle release app.aab. We'll check that. Then also build the APK if you want to test it on a real device. And I will test it on a real device, so I will install that too. Flutter, and that's going to run assemble release and build bundle release, and your APKs will be here. Okay, so I'm going to let that run. Let's wait for that to finish. So they're still happening. We got this error. That's because okay, I understood. We did something wrong. Is that I forgot to give it the material version, but let's leave that. So we should get the error again. Yes, let's run that again now. Yep. And what just happened? I'll just delete all these terminals. Okay, and I'll open up this terminal. Start by seeding into my documents where I store, then projects where I store all this stuff. Cd into the Flutter course directory where I stored all of this code, Flutter course, and in here I'll run this command. Okay, no, that's not a command. So the first one's going to be Flutter build app bundle, and I just for you to see it, Flutter build app bundle, and make a new tab. In here I will run Flutter build APK. So I'm going to let these two run again. Let's see. So both of these are running. This one's run assemble release. You should have Java installed, so before you install it. If you want to publish this, there Java has a tool called key tool, which you need to make a key store, upload, and then you need to copy that and paste this and into your reference the key store. Then that will allow it to get the key properties of that, and then you can just shrink your code and that will just shrink it. So that makes it easier. That's done. That's taking a little bit while, but we also do that. This is the 17.5 megabytes, and if we see the directory, it's build app outputs, come back, bundle release app release.aab. This you're gonna publish to Play Store when you're done. The other one, that's done. This is in build app outputs Flutter APK. Yes, we got a lot of APKs, and yeah, we have generated successfully the build version of our applications. And yeah, that's it for this course. I hope you like this course. If you like this course, be sure to like all these videos, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be releasing another Flutter course for more advanced. That's it.